Okay, so continuing from where we left off yesterday, this is the March 2024 paper 1, and we did exercises 1 and 2, and this is exercise 3. Here's the text. Can I have the whole thing zoomed in? Yes. All right, so please read the text first, and then we'll take a look at the question, and let me know when you're done.
Okay, sir, give me a minute. Let me open the paper by my side.
Okay, so now moving to the questions. Exercise 3, right, is always one where we'll ask you to make notes. So based on the text, they're giving you a scenario where they're saying, imagine you are going to give a talk about storytelling to your classmates. Use words from the article to help you write some notes. Make short notes under each heading. And they've given you two different headings or two different themes. One is how storytelling can benefit the people who are listening. And they've given you an example. So enjoy the whole storytelling experience. And then they've given you 3 bullet points for 3 marks. So you're supposed to find 3 additional points about how storytelling can benefit the people who are listening other than the example given, because if you repeat the example, you're not going to get any marks for that, obviously. And then the other heading is how storytellers should prepare for telling a story. And you're supposed to find 4 points for this one. Now, keep in mind that in this particular question, if like, there are 3 bullet points and there are most likely four that you can choose from, right? So any three out of the four. And in the case for question 9, where there are 4 bullet points, right, there are probably five that you can choose from. So any four of the five. Also, because they're asking to make short notes do not have to be complete grammatically correct sentences. As you can see over here, enjoy the whole storytelling process, the experience. This is not grammatically, this is not a complete sentence, right? It should be people should enjoy the whole storytelling experience, and then a full stop at the end. They haven't done that, right? It's just the main juicy bit. Enjoy the experience. So notes can be incomplete sentences as long as they are giving you, not grammatically, but in terms of understanding, they are giving you the main idea. They are giving you that heading. Okay. So,
Okay,
right. I mean, if you do write out complete sentences, that's fine. No one's stopping you. Right. Just keep in mind that because they have put the bullet points next to the line, and so do not have this point overflow into the next line. Okay.
okay, sir.
Because if this point you're writing a full sentence with all the grammar and it flows into the next line, that's going to cause problems, right, for you, because the examiner will either take it as a new point and they're like, oh, well, this doesn't make sense, right, or something like that, and right, lose marks. So let try to fit it on the line itself. Okay, so now let's work with, right, I'm taking you the text. Will you be looking for points for both of these together, or do you want to work at it one at a time?
One at a time.
That would be better. Now, as I said yesterday, right, if you're doing it one at a time, it will take you more time overall in the 2 hours that you have for the exam. But in this case, your approach will be more focused, right? Because you're just looking for how it can benefit the people listening, right? And you're not distracted by looking for the other one as well. Okay, so let's go to the text and tell me when you found 3 points.
Okay, sir.
So can you tell me the points that you have found, right, for how storytelling can benefit the people who are listening?
It can make you feel positive about learning new
Okay.
things.
Okay.
Uh, and uh, complex ideas become easier to understand.
Okay.
And the other one is, and yeah, remember details more accurately.
Good. and all three of those are correct. And there's a fourth one, as I told you, right? And
Yes.
it adds more context or adds context, right?
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Yes, so that's a fourth possible one. So any three of these four. So, right, you got three of them, and that's very good. Now, let's attempt question 9, which is how storytellers should prepare for telling a story.
Okay, sir, give me 5 minutes. I'm doing
Yeah,
this.
so there's the question how storytellers should prepare for telling a story, and you need 4 points for this one. So there are 5 possible points in the text. You need to find 4 of them, right? And let me know
Oh,
when you found. So what points have you gotten for preparing for storytelling?
okay, so the first point is research their audience.
Okay,
Okay, and then include something amusing, watch other storytellers.
are these two separate points or the
No,
same
that's
point?
wait,
Okay,
no, no, no. They're separate points. Sorry, sorry.
okay. So include something amusing and watch other storytellers.
Yes, and then watch or listen other storytellers and acquire new techniques from other people.
Mhm. Are you done? Like all those are 4 points?
No, actually, there's one point missing, which is point number two. Make sure that the wait, story's center message is clear. I mean, like the main message, the main point of the story is clear.
Wait, so what are the points? Can you repeat the points that you found?
Okay, so the first point was research their audience.
Yeah.
Then another point was include something amusing. And then the fourth point was listen other storytellers, acquire new techniques from them. This was one point, which is 4 point. And then make sure that the story's center message is clear. Now
Right.
the fifth one, I think, sir, it's practice getting the right time.
Oh, so you're referencing this from the marking scheme, right?
E- No,
No,
I'm referencing this
from the text.
on the text.
Okay. So you have found 4 points, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So those are correct.
It's not opening.
Yeah, those are correct. I'm sorry, right? Because the way you were mentioning them as 1, 2, 3, 4 is actually how it's given the mark scheme as well. I was a bit confused.
Oh,
Uh, okay. So yes, researching their audience is 1 point. Include something amusing is another point. Now, watching other storytellers or acquiring techniques from other people is given as a single point. So this or that, they both count as the same point.
okay.
Okay,
But
so
sir, practicing getting enough time. Is this even a point for
yes,
this?
yes, practice getting the timing
Okay.
right is a point, right?
Okay.
So that is
I
a
thought it
point,
was.
and then make sure that the central message or the message should be clear, right, for the story. And so those are 5 possible points, and right, obviously 4 of them will get you your marks.
Okay.
Okay, and that is exercise 3 done. And so exercise 4, which is the final one of the reading section, is you have an article written by a fashion journalist, and you've got a bunch of MCQ questions that follow, right? So there are 6 MCQ
Yes.
questions. So, right, as we do read the text first, I will have to zoom out just a bit. Right, let's see if I can zoom back in a bit.
Oh, sir, I've heard that in exercise 4 of reading and writing paper, sometimes there is an article or sometimes there is a report writing.
In exercise 4,
I mean, I'm not sure if it's correct.
that
I heard it from my friend.
it would be exercise 6. That is
Exercise 6.
that's a writing question, right? Not it doesn't have to do anything with the exercise 4, which is a reading question, right?
Okay,
And
maybe
so
she is from another branch. Yeah, okay.
no, the paper pattern is the same. It doesn't matter where she's from, right? The paper pattern is the same. So exercise 1 to 4 are all related to the reading skill, and so you've got texts to read and then questions to answer based on those texts. Then exercise 5 and 6 are based on the writing skill, and exercise 5, according to the current syllabus, will always be an informal email, right, which I covered in yesterday's class. And then
Yes.
exercise 6 will be either an essay or a report or a review or an article, right? It could be one of those four things. Uh,
Oh,
right? And you won't have an option. So you have to prepare for all four of them because they could just tell you, right? The last question we did from the specimen paper was a report. They tend to give
yes.
articles a lot, but in the June 2025 paper, they gave a review, right? So those also come in. And in the March 2025 paper, they gave an essay, right? So those also come in. And so you have to prepare for all the different writing tasks, right? Even though article is seems to be their favorite. But that is exercise 6. So let's complete this first, read through this. Uh, right. So right, this is the introductory lines are working in fashion is a popular choice for many young people and offers a wide variety of different roles. This month we hear from Jaya Faith, a journalist who writes about fashion, right? So you have the text on screen, read through it, let me know when you're done, and then we'll move to the questions. All right.
Okay, sir. I may take time because it's a very big text.
Oh, that's fine. But of course, right, you have to practice on increasing your reading speed now
Yes.
because you're doing this on your device, whichever device you're using, right? Uh, it might be a bit difficult. If you have the PDF open separately, right, you can get it from my drive. And so what you can do is you can use your mouse, or if you're using a touch screen, right, you can use it to highlight and move along, and that will actually help you focus on the line, and then it will help you read faster. If you have a physical copy that you're reading, and you can read newspaper articles or books or other written material to increase your reading speed. And what you can do is either you can place your finger on the line, or you can place a pen or paper, any pointed thing, right? Pen or pencil, so not pen or paper. You can place any pointed thing and just move it across the line. Just make sure the pen isn't open, otherwise you'll have lines all over your paper. Uh,
Yes, sir. That's what I do on my laptop.
yeah, so just follow along, right? Similarly with your finger or with the pen. And again, that helps you focus on what you're reading instead of having the whole text coming at you at the same time. And slowly but surely, your reading speed will increase, right?
Okay,
Also,
sir.
right, if there are words that you come across that you're not familiar with, look up the vocabulary, right? Because reading speed also depends on how well you're able to understand what the text is saying. Right now, the texts in 0510 aren't really challenging, to be honest, right? But again, it also depends on the student and where their skill level is. So if that is something that you encounter, right, do a bit of work on the vocabulary side as well. Now,
Okay, sir.
right, read and then let me know when you're done, and we can move to the questions. And after the exercise 4, if we have enough time left, I will go over exercise 6.
Okay, sir. Inshallah.
Tick, put a tick in the appropriate box for each question, right? Either A, B, or C. So, what does Jaya think? She, sorry, why does Jaya think she is successful at her job?
Sir, is it going to be B?
Are you asking or are you giving me your response?
Sir, I'm confused between B and C, so I don't know.
Which one are you more? Which one are you leaning towards more, B or C?
C.
Then go with C. In cases like these, for one thing, right? Right, you go back and you read the text and you try to figure it out. If you're confused, after reading the text again to find the answer, because the text is there, right? It's not like they took the passage away and asked you to do it from memory, right? So you can obviously go back and reread it and try to find the answer. If you're still confused, then in those cases, go with your gut feeling, go with your instinct, right? So you're confused between B and C, but you think it's more C than B, go with C. And
Okay.
C is the correct answer,
Okay, ma'am.
right? Okay. Jaya says that working for Fashion First magazine is what? If you need me to scroll back to the text, you can just tell me to.
Oh, sir, sorry, I was saying the answer, but I was mute. Sir, I'm sure for this, it's B.
It is B, correct. Question 12. What does Jaya say about the impact of fashion on the environment?
Sir, I think it's A.
It's A. You're correct.
A, A.
Yes, it is A. Correct. Okay, question 13. What does they in line 27 refer to? So for this one, I'll go back to the text. Right? What does they in line 27 refer to? And the options are young designers, unusual clothes, or large audience. Here's the text,
C.
and they've marked line 27 over here. You're saying C,
Sir, it's C, yes.
and it is C. Good. Right? So it is the large audiences. Question 14. In the last paragraph, Jaya mentions a website and
Sir, I think it's B.
okay, it's actually C.
Oh, I was also thinking about C.
Again, right? So if you're confused, you either go back to the text or right, you sorry about that. You either go back to the text or you go with your instinct, which one you feel about more. All right, so in this case, I'll just go back to the text. In the last paragraph, Jaya mentions a website and does what? So, all right, so last paragraph. Uh, I've been telling them about a website I've come across called Fashion Network. Most of the information on the internet is all about the latest look or the next designer with endless links to amazing bargains. Now, while that's great and certainly has a place, what's generally missing from a lot of sites is information about the reality of the fashion industry. Right? And so Fashion Network is one that I recommend you check out. The reality of the fashion industry. So what that, right? Uh, right? Describe her contribution. That's not given. Suggest readers use the links it contains. No, because right, she's talking about links to bargains from other websites that the other websites have. Explains how it fills a particular gap in knowledge, right? So again, remember, right, one thing that is constant throughout the 0510 paper is the wording of the text and the wording of the question will be different. I need to match those two. So it's a it's filling a particular gap in knowledge, and a particular gap in knowledge is what's given over here is the information about the reality of the fashion industry. So that's C. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now, as an overall impression, question 15, Jaya is writing this article too. What is her purpose, right? And this is not given in the text directly. This is what you feel the text is about. So you've read the text,
Yes.
right? What do you think it is?
Sir, I think it's A.
It isn't.
Oh,
It is. Okay, good. All right, so just one little hiccup and otherwise all good. Now we do have a bit of time. Let's see what our question is of exercise 6. So here you go. And this is again a report, right? So I won't have to go into explaining how a report is written, right? We already done that for the specimen. Okay. So I'll just assign this as homework. And so, right, before obviously a good number of days before our next class. And right, so you can attend this and the previous work that's still pending. All right, so do that as well. This one,
Okay, sir.
your class recently went to a careers day to get information about different types of jobs. Now your teacher wants you to write a report about the careers day. In your report, say what you found useful about the careers day and how you think it could be improved the next year. So it's like a common trend in these reports, what was good and how it could be improved, or something along those lines. Right. And so what was good, what was useful about this careers day and how it could be improved for next year. And they've given you some comments. So from students in your class, the people were very friendly, all the jobs were quite similar. I managed to ask a lot of questions. One day wasn't long. Now, if you just pay attention, right, you can kind of split these into the two. These two comments are what was, what's useful about the career, and these two, right, are what could be improved. So all the jobs were quite similar. So that's something that could be improved, because if all the jobs are pretty much the same thing, then, right, what's different or what's new? And one day wasn't long, so there wasn't enough time, right? So again, something that can be given as a suggestion for improvement. Now write a report, and this is how normally the 4 comments you get will be, right? 2 on one side, 2 on the other side of, right, the theme that's given to you for the report. So write a report for your teacher about the careers day. The comments above may give you some ideas, and you should also use some ideas of your own. So, right, as I shared the sample with you as well, right, the one Cambridge has given, you include these and write in adding ideas of your own, so you can add something new that is not given in these comments, and or, right, you can elaborate on these. So not just writing this line and saying, oh, well, I'm done, I use that comment. No, elaborating it a bit further, giving a bit more detail about what they mean by all the jobs are quite similar, right? Because you can see there's a bit of open-endedness over here, right? They're not mentioning what kind of jobs they were. They were similar, but what kind of jobs are you talking about? Are you talking about jobs in business or tech or research or finance or XYZ? Maybe right in the culinary field, maybe in the artistic field. What are they talking about? Okay. Then,
Okay, sir.
right, the word limit is the same, obviously, 120 to 160 words. And so that is, right, the task. I'll put this up on Google Classroom as well. And so that is your homework for next class. So if this is done by both of you by the next class, before moving on to the listing paper, I'll have a review class for your submission. Probably not for the both of you, but at least one of these tasks for one of each of you. Okay.
Okay,
And
sir.
so we'll have like a live review session where I'll give suggestions on improvements if they're required. All right. All right. Then I'll see you next time, inshallah.
Inshallah. Allah Hafiz, sir.
Allah.